Hello, and welcome to episode 47 of the Brick Clubhouse. My name is Chris, and I'm joined by my co-host for these last 47 episodes, Evan. Say hello, Evan.
Hello, Chris.
Thanks for joining me here to talk Lego for a little bit tonight.
Oh, yes. How could we miss this episode?
So we were playing with the set for review beforehand. And
do you want to tell the people what set it was if they don't have video?
Yeah, we are going to be looking at the new Emperor's Throne Room set with the smart bricks. I don't remember the number, to be honest.
It's right here, 75427.
There you go. But while we were prepping, we killed the smart bricks.
Yeah,
they're charging.
The batteries died. I was playing around with them and having so much fun.
You were,
if you can sense the sarcasm. And they died pretty fast.
Yeah.
So they're charging right now, but that's also part of the experience.
Yeah, we'll get there. First, I do want to acknowledge Bricks and Minifigs, San Diego North. Our fun little Lego store here in San Diego. In the Rancho Penasquitos neighborhood, and it's where I spend my days and get to play with Lego sets.
There you go.
So, we are also on Instagram at Bricks and Minifigs San Diego and Facebook at Bricks and Minifigs San Diego, and follow us on Whatnot. We've been doing streams every other Monday, so we will have one coming up this very Monday on March. What's the date of that? It's going to be March 25th will be our next stream. So hopefully you can join us. And we'd love a shout out on...
That was the incorrect date. It's going to be the 23rd.
Is it?
Oh. 25th is a week from today, which is a Wednesday.
Oh, bummer. I'm looking at May. We were talking about future show recordings.
It's going to be March 23rd.
Yeah, March 23rd will be our next Whatnot stream. We'd also love a shout out wherever you get your podcast. We'd love a thumbs up or a rating review. Would be awesome.
Subscribe.
Yeah, all the things. We were just looking at the list of countries where people are listening from. And
shout out Singapore.
Yeah, we really are global. Lots in the UK.
That's right.
Love that.
We're a global brand. Speaking of the UK, I'm going to the UK next week.
You are. I'm a little jealous.
Going to London next Sunday.
One of my favorite places.
I've never been
on
there, so
the planet.
It is.
You have been there.
I know I have. Just for a day.
But this will be like you get to visit and
actually get to be there,
experience it,
instead of trying to convince somebody who's looking for a pub with classic pub food that we're standing in front of a pub with classic pub food.
Yeah, well, and we don't
need to go through that again.
And somebody did want to spend a few hours of our time in London going through the brick wall and getting masonry bricks.
A few hours is generous. It's like maybe 30 minutes.
It felt like a long time. It was so hot in that.
It was very hot in there. It was very hot in there.
But needless to say, people have heard that story.
My brother loved the pick of bricks.
He did.
So there you go.
He really needs more purple ones. So if you go back and they have more purple ones.
Well, he got purple ones because he got the Diagon Alley set.
He did, but it doesn't have like that many in it.
It has a decent amount. I didn't give him a ton of those because actually I was going to keep those for myself, but I was like, I don't need them.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll have more when we go. They had different ones in every country we went to. We went to 3 different countries. So.
Do you think you'll visit the Lego store while you're there?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, good. Nice.
Right? Yeah. Bailey wants to go.
You'll have to get like one of the London sets just because you're there in London.
I think already. Oh, no, I don't have any of them.
They have the postcard set and they have a new double-decker bus set. Those are like the little ones.
We'll probably get something.
So, but anyway, that brings us to kind of what's new in Lego. And there's been lots of talk and lots of reviews and lots of videos about the new smart bricks that are out there. And we have one of the sets with us here tonight. As we mentioned, the Throne Room set. And it is... how many pieces does this set have?
Not enough.
I will say, I'm going to look it up. I should have looked it up ahead of time. But It doesn't really matter. It's the Throne Room set. It is. We already
It
mentioned.
You're probably not going to buy it.
We already mentioned the set number, but I built this one. Oftentimes for reviews, I have you build it.
And you built the whole thing, right?
I did not finish it.
It's 962 pieces. Should we say how much it's going to retail for?
Yeah.
962 pieces for $160.
So, and you can go get it at the Lego store or Target or wherever today. We will not have them in our shop until the end of April is when we'll be getting our shipment. But
yeah, so this one comes with 2 smart bricks, actually. It comes with 5 smart tags, 2 smart minifigures, and 3 dumb minifigures. Yeah. No, sorry, 3 smart minifigures and 3 dumb minifigures.
I was going to say because
I forgot the Palpatine was a smart figure.
Yeah, he is, and you don't want to miss that smart figure.
Oh god.
The general consensus has been that these sets aren't great, and I built this set, and I have to say, it was a very simple build. Like, we won't even talk about the smart bricks and stuff right away.
I mean, yeah, I think that...
But the build itself is really simplistic.
I mean, all the builds look like 4+ builds.
And it felt like building a 4+ build. Although it had more pieces. It was a little more complicated.
Okay, maybe like a 6+ build.
The A-Wing had a little more infrastructure than I was expecting.
Honestly, the A-Wing is better than I thought it would be. And it's not even finished.
And I didn't finish it. I ran out of time.
So
if you're on video,
a wing and both engines.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, pretty solid.
Yeah, and for an A-Wing, like, I think they got the shape of it, like the nose, really, it's really nice. Like for a play, like a small play scale A-Wing.
I do still think it's funny that they even included this. I guess it's part of the scene, but
I don't love in any of the sets that where they have the big area where the smart brick has to go. But I guess that's just how it is.
The nature of it. Yeah. So we talked about like our kind of general thoughts on this a couple episodes ago before we had the set in hand, and I hope it came across in the episode. But I was still kind of trying to reserve full thoughts until I had either seen videos of it, which I had before today, or seen it in person and played with it, which I now have. And yeah. I think in theory, like we talked about it kind of conceptually, right? Like the creativity side of it and all of that. And I think that was all assuming that the stuff worked well and was fun to use. And even when I was assuming that it worked well and was fun to use, and like I was still kind of skeptical and had reservations. But now that I see that it does not work very well and is not fun to use, yeah, it's pretty bad.
Well, my general thing is, like, if the builds aren't going to be fun, like, then
the play features
features better make up for it.
And I think, like, yeah, with a grain of salt of all of this, we're 2 adult men.
Absolutely.
Right. Chris, you're in your 50s. I'm in my mid-20s. Like, we are obviously not the target audience for this. So, like, as you're listening to this, take that with a grain of salt. Or try to, like, put ourselves in the shoes of kids or the target audience for what this set is going for. But I will say, even with that in mind, like, I don't know, with the technology that's available for other toys nowadays, like, I don't know, the way I see it is if a bunch of kids have access to an iPad, the technology present in a set like this is going to be pretty underwhelming for them too. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I will say this, you know, as somebody who has raised children, like, I would still rather them play with this than just spend all their time on an iPad.
Sure, but also, like, I don't know, you were raising your kids, you know.
Absolutely, it was a different years ago. Yeah, it was a different time.
And so it's just like the technology that you can go find in like a Mattel toy off the shelf at Target. In some ways, is probably a little bit better than this. Actually, let me rephrase that. I think the technology in these bricks itself is actually pretty impressive. I think it's the execution and the utilization of it that's lacking.
Well, they made some choices for sure, and you know, I think people have seen like how they work, the different components. We've got smart bricks, and we've got tags, and we've got minifigures that have tags built into them.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to pull.
Yeah,
if I can.
So like the other thing too. So each brick has like speakers on it, and
yeah, put it up next to the microphone.
It plays sounds. So here, if you bring the smart brick up to one of the minifigures, it will make sounds.
Yeah, show.
So here's Darth Vader. So it sounds like breathing, but even still, it doesn't really sound like Darth Vader breathing.
But it could have been.
Could have been worse, though.
It could have been worse, because I think there's some...
So believe it or not, that's the best Darth Vader sound effect.
I think there's some other noises that they make that aren't quite as good as that.
So now let's listen to Darth Vader talk.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
Well, you got it. Yeah, try it again.
Let's try it again. It's random. That's the other thing, too. The sounds are random. Let me do that one more time just in case you didn't hear it.
And this was a choice that they made.
Tell me that sounds like Darth Vader with a straight face.
It doesn't.
No.
No, and I don't think it's supposed to.
Not even close.
I don't think it's supposed to. They made a choice that they wanted all the characters to have that Charlie Brown adult mumble noise.
That's Luke Skywalker.
And then the Emperor. You might as well do all three of them.
That's Luke, and then here's the Emperor.
Because they all have that same type of...
Out of these three, I think the Emperor actually might be the worst one. But Yoda was pretty bad in the other
Yeah, we don't have that one. It's...
It sounds like an alien. Okay, one more time.
Oh, I didn't even... Like I said, they made a choice that they didn't want it to be... I mean, it had to be language agnostic because they're used around the world.
Did it, though? Okay, you know what else is used around the world? The Star Wars movies.
True, but a lot of them are dubbed or whatever.
But also, like...
I think they made a choice.
A lot of people in a lot of countries watch movies in English.
Yeah. But, I mean, English isn't even the native language of where Lego is made. So...
But everyone speaks it.
It does. They do. And all the signs are in English.
Mm-hmm.
But so they made a choice to not have it any specific language.
Which... After investing this much time and money into something like this, it's a pretty bad choice.
It may not have been executed as well as it could have been.
Chris is trying to be nice.
I am trying to be nice. Mostly because I feel like we should have a counter opinion, but it's really hard to be really positive.
I mean, we can agree on things. If something's bad, like
I
do. It's bad.
I do like that the throne plays the song.
So the throne has one of the smart tags on it, and so you put the smart brick on it, and it makes this sound. Maybe. Oh, does the Emperor have to be sitting in the chair?
Oh, maybe.
Otherwise, it just swivels.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, because all of them have like a generic sound they make. It's very 8-bit. Like honestly, 1980s video game.
That's the best thing that this does.
No, it is. I kind of like the ones that play songs.
Yeah, so like if you have the X-Wing set with Luke Skywalker, it plays the Force theme, which is cool too. But
yeah. And the gun makes gun noises. I mean, it's laser turret.
So here's the thing: you and I had already heard the sounds that these bricks made before we got this set in hand.
Yeah, there are a lot of videos out there.
Other videos, and the first time I heard it, I actually thought it was fake. Like I couldn't believe. I was like, no, there's no way that they signed off on that. Like the copyright on these figures. So that's the thing. The smart figures have like the warning on it because there's electronics in it.
Yeah, which
so they legally have to put those icons
just
there.
Looks bad.
But if you look at the side of the Lego figure, it says copyright 2022.
Yeah, they've been working on this a long time.
That's 4 years ago that they filed this copyright. So for that much time and that much resources that they invested into this, for them to sign off on the sound effects that sound like this.
Like I said, it was a choice. It wasn't a good choice, but it was a choice.
Okay. Keep saying it. Yes,
I know.
It's a choice. You're right.
I feel like they could have made them make noises.
So hard to make a counter argument.
Well, I feel like they could have made them make noises that wasn't English that sounded better than that.
than that.
I mean, they all sound like an 8-bit video game. It's like what I imagine a Star Wars Lego video game in 1989 would have sounded like.
It gets back to what we talked about in our first episode when we talked about our views on smart bricks, which is Lego sets have been able to do this since Lego sets have been a thing, because the creativity and imagination of the builder has been able to make that sound with their mouth, right, and in their mind with their imagination. And yeah, now you can make it with the brick, but it sounds worse. Like, I could do a better Luke Skywalker impression or a better Darth Vader impression that is more satisfying than this.
Yeah. It'll be curious when I see real kids play with these.
Right.
Because I think kids will find it novel. They will like making the different noises. I don't think they will be as critical.
Probably not.
But here's one of my big takeaways from having it, building it and, using it today. First thing I did when I opened the package was I plugged in the charger and put the bricks on the charger. And they were dead by the time we were ready to record tonight.
Yeah.
I used them some this afternoon testing with it.
Yeah.
And then when I got here to your place, you were playing with them and testing them a little bit.
Yeah, don't let that.
And they were already dead.
I was doing it to test them out for this.
Yeah. No, but I mean,
yeah,
I would say in total, like there may have been 20, 25 minutes of battery life.
Yeah, they don't last very long.
And I don't know if they didn't charge all the way this afternoon when I had them on the charger when I was building the set.
I mean, they were on there for how many hours?
I mean, a few.
Yeah, they should be charged.
And that's going to be my fear, at least, and I mentioned this before, like my children aren't going, like they wouldn't have remembered to charge the brick.
Honestly,
and then
most kids, once it's done, it's like, oh, well, the battery died.
Well, yeah, because there's not...
And then either they forget about the brick or they just...
I think the short battery life is going to be a negative experience. A lot of kids just aren't going to take the time to keep them charged so that they can keep playing with them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a bummer for the whole Smart Bricks line.
I feel like this is going to be the kind of thing that, now that I think about it, that works better with non-licensed things. Mm-hmm. Like, these sound effects would be fine for like a Lego City minifigure.
Yeah, because you don't have an expectation of what a Star Wars set should sound like.
Or Harry Potter.
Or
any licensed theme.
Yeah, that being said, where do you think we'll see Smart Bricks next?
I don't know about next, but I feel like the best chance for it to be a successful integration would be like Lego City. Like, you can make like sounds for different vehicles and stuff like that. Whereas, like, this is the sound that it makes for like an A-Wing. That's upside down. Hey, right.
Yeah, and you can make the A-Wing and it does sound like you're in an airplane, and that, like, just...
That sounds fine, but the problem is this doesn't sound like an A-Wing. And the problem is that it makes the same sound for other ships.
Yeah, they use the same sound on all ships.
Like, this is what an X-Wing is going to sound like, too.
So in City, if a garbage truck and a sports car made the same sound, would that be okay?
No. So,
because all the ships make the same sound here.
Some of them might be a little bit different. I don't know. It's different based off of the tag. Like that's the specific A-Wing tag.
That's
so
true.
That might be a little bit different. And in the last place...
And I don't know enough about the technology to know if they can change that.
Yeah. Well, then there's also this turret. So the brick senses color. So it can sense... Right now, it can sense blue, green, and red.
Mm-hmm.
So when you turn this crank, whenever it senses red, it shoots the turret. And then you can swivel it. And then you can shoot it at the A-Wing. So, like, if I were to put the other smart brick in the A-Wing, and I were to shoot it, it makes...
Yeah.
You can kind of see on the video.
Yeah, you can't really hear.
You shoot it, and then it kind of damages it.
Yeah, without the microphone close by, you can't
also
really hear it.
Pretty delayed.
But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see where they land next.
They also flash really bright.
I could see them like almost in like Pokemon sets that like with the things battling each other.
Yeah.
I don't know that would be any better.
No. Because same thing. Because just like we talked about with the source material, there's a whole anime show of Pokemon and video games.
Yeah,
that have
I guess
sound effects that they're not going to replicate.
No.
In a way that's satisfying. This is the last thing is that you can do the lightsaber battle. So
which is kind of fun, like the way they did it, like the fact that the figures are on little arms and you can make them battle.
Yeah, so it makes like lightsaber sound, and they talk to each other.
Yeah.
So like if you hit it, it makes like the lightsaber clashing sound.
So I think that's kind of fun. The way
battle me,
the way they did it. Okay, people aren't going to be able to hear.
No, but they can see on the video. Oh, look, Luke fell off. It also makes like a crying sound. They makes like a yelling sound when you fall off.
Okay.
Eh.
Oh.
Look how much fun.
Oh, I killed you.
I died.
Sorry, Luke.
So.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where smart bricks go. This is just the first wave.
It's like the whole wave. It was every other Star Wars set from March, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will have.
They did a lot of them.
We will have. There is another wave coming that's not smart bricks for Star Wars. That's all the Mando and Grogu sets.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. This spring, this is the big thing for Star Wars. So
yeah. Last week, I think it was last week. Yeah, last week I went to Target, and the shelves were pretty much full. They had like separate like displays in the middle of the aisle. You know how they do for like the new stuff? They were full.
And I'm sure part of that
for all of them.
I'm sure part of that is Lego's doing a huge push. But it'll be interesting to see how fast they sell.
Yeah.
We'll have them in the store, like I said. I don't know.
Yeah.
We won't have them for a little while. Although we'll have this set out. If people want to come see for yourself what it's like.
Yeah. Let us know if you disagree with our thoughts.
Yeah. And I'm sure most adults probably aren't too far off on our thoughts.
Sure.
But I'm curious. I want to see some kids playing with it and see what they think.
Yeah. Yeah, it does just continue what we talked about recently, which is like it's been a while since I've been excited about Lego Star Wars.
It has.
It's been a while. And this is a new low for me personally.
And I mean, and even with there are a lot of rumors out there of what's coming, for a theme that was one of my like top themes for a long time.
It's their like best selling theme. Or at least it was.
Yeah, and I'm sure it still is. I don't know. I don't have all of Lego sales numbers. It's still a huge theme in our store.
Mm-hmm.
But
a lot of that's minifigures.
A lot of that is driven by used sets, retired sets, across the board. So it'll be interesting to see when and if these start coming in as used sets. What people's response to them is.
Yeah. Well, and if anyone brings this in for a trade without the smart brick.
Yeah, it's kind of...
What's the point?
Yeah, it is a huge value, especially like this set that had 2 smart bricks in it.
Yeah, and not even like value monetarily, that, but also just like the set is just a glorified 4+ set without the bricks.
Yeah. I agree. It is definitely Lego's direction of going for kids, which I mean they should. They're a toy company.
It's a toy company, yeah.
And they have gotten really. I feel like a lot of themes have been heavily weighted towards like 18+.
Yeah, they've been pushing like the adult welcome for a while.
And so this is something that's not that at all.
Yeah.
Which I think they need to keep differentiating. But
yeah, I do think like even though like we've talked about like we're adults, it's for kids, all that, sure. I think I've tried to comment mostly on like it from a quality standpoint, because whether it's for kids or for adults, it should still be a good quality product.
Yeah.
And that's not my words; those are Lego's words. Like you and I going to the Lego house last year, going through their whole museum exhibit, right? Like their whole point has always been like only the best is good enough, which I still think people like to mock that saying. I still think it's true in terms of the quality of Lego bricks, and like it is the best building block company out there still. Doesn't mean that they still can't improve, because they can. So I don't mock that saying. I think it still holds true in a lot of ways. But what I am trying to say is that from the beginning, like the founders' whole thing was like, kids deserve good quality toys. Just because they're for kids doesn't mean they should compromise on quality. And for me, it's just like with the sound effects and all the other stuff we've talked about, like it just, even though it's for kids, like the quality, in my opinion, is just lacking.
Yeah.
So outside of like, I'm fine that it's not a collector's item. I'm fine that the builds compromise the hole to put the brick in on the A-wing or whatever. Like that's fine. It's just the product still is not great, even with all those things considered.
Yeah, it does feel like, as cool as the technology is, it still fell a little short. And it'll be interesting to see if there's a 2.0 of smart bricks. And
yeah, when do they cut their losses? Or does it surprise us and it actually sells really well?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Because you and I talked about this the other day off the podcast, which is Lego is designing and manufacturing sets 2 to 3 years out, right? So like all of the sets that are going to come out in 2027, and maybe even some of them for 2028, are all already not only finished their design process, but like have been manufactured, or are going to be manufactured.
Or heavily like into the planning.
Yeah,
I'm thinking more 2028.
So like we're not gonna know. It's kind of like, think about like video, which people have compared this to, but I don't compare it directly, as if you heard the last episode. But in terms of just like, that was a failure at the get go, but there was still multiple waves of it for a couple of years because they had already planned it all. They're not gonna just cut it.
And the difference with video that I think they were trying to fix with this was video required you to have a second device,
something
external,
yeah. Right.
And so everything you need comes in the box. Well,
yeah,
came in this box.
Well, if you get one with a brick in it,
yeah, there are some that come without the brick.
But I said, I don't compare this to video in a lot of ways. I just mean more of like when they try something new out, if it's not a success right at the beginning, it doesn't mean they're just going to not release anymore, because their plans for what they're releasing next year are kind of already set in stone.
Yeah, no, and I think they should give it a go.
The main thing is that they need to sell these bricks by themselves,
and I think they probably will at some point.
I hope so.
Maybe
because there's a lot of smart play sets that don't come with them.
There are. I mean, I think there were 3 sets that came with bricks and 3 or 4 that didn't. In the line,
this one, Darth Vader and the X-wing, the TIE Fighter and the X-wing did come with bricks, but then the AT-ST didn't, Yoda's hut didn't, the Cantina didn't. Wasn't there one more?
That's what I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
But this was one of the only ones that had 2 bricks in it.
I think it was the only one.
So that was one of the reasons I wanted to get this one to try out, so we would have multiple bricks.
The Millennium Falcon. The Millennium Falcon, and they did a land speeder set. That's right. So they did 1, 2, 3 sets that have the bricks, which are the X-wing, Vader's TIE Fighter, and this throne room set that we have. And then they did 5 Smart Play compatible sets that don't even have the bricks in them, which were the Millennium Falcon, the land speeder, the AT-ST, Yoda's hut, and the Cantina.
Yeah, so hopefully they do end up selling bricks.
That's 5 out of 8 sets that don't even come with the complete experience.
Yeah. Well, and they can't. The Smart Brick adds so much expense. They're trying to keep those sets down in price. But
I get that.
You still need the brick to take advantage of them.
But it's funny, because if that's the reasoning, then they actually, it's kind of backwards, because now instead of just including it for an extra $20 in the set, you have to buy another set that's a minimum of $70.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to cut costs down, it actually made it more expensive as a result. But that's what I'm saying. If they just sell this for
this is wave 1
separately or whatever,
so
then there we go, problem solved.
Yeah. Wave 2,
because they want you to buy multiple sets.
I mean, I could also see them potentially doing maybe a blister pack that comes with a brick and a couple of the Smart Figs.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. We'll find out.
Yeah,
It is.
It's okay to not include it in a set as long as there's a way to get it other than paying for another full set. That's my opinion.
I think one of the things that's hard for me is that I like being excited when new Lego stuff comes out and they try something new, and this just didn't do it for me.
No. But it's also not for us.
I know. But it's hard not to want it to be for, like, everything be for us.
Oh, gosh.
Even though it's not. And that's all right.
I've never actually looked at reviews for sets on Lego.com.
Oh, some of the reviewers can be harsh.
I mean, I'm not even reading any of, like, what they have to say about it, but, like...
Even the star ratings can be bad.
Dude, the ATST is at 1.7 stars. The Falcon's at 2.5.
And some of that is review, like...
This one is 2.8.
Okay, we weren't super gung-ho about this set. But there are some YouTubers and other people online that have been, like, ultra negative, and I think that hurts the review. I mean, I like to think that we tried to be realistic, and I mean, everyone's opinion is realistic. Like, I don't mean to say somebody's opinion is wrong, but
you're also trying to make it sound like you like them more than you do to balance me out a little bit. Just a little bit.
Maybe slightly.
Maybe a little bit.
But I don't love them.
Yeah.
And I wish they were a little better. But I will see what they do with it in the future. But I don't know that they're
all that matters.
I don't know that they're 1 star bad.
They're not better than 2 stars.
Okay, you're probably right.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely. The build in this one wasn't super fun because it was fairly basic, and then when the execution of the brick isn't up to it, it kind of does. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this and you're an adult, you might have similar thoughts, but what doesn't matter? It doesn't matter what the thoughts of a few adults are. What matters is if kids like them,
and that's
and if they sell well. And the problem is that, like, a lot of adults looking at this to say, "Hey, should I get this for my kid?" might not be convinced.
Yeah.
Which at the end of the day, kids can't really go buy a $160 Lego set for themselves. So
no,
you kind of got to sell the parents on it too.
You do, and that's what'll make this interesting is if parents will still buy it for the kids after reviews. I do think kids could have a lot of fun with it.
I think it takes the right kid.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. And at first I thought there would be a little more of, like, a programming mindset to it where you had to, like, think which tile goes to the brick and what noise, but there's really very little of that.
Yeah, no.
So,
well,
anyway, that's
kind of
our discussion of Smart Bricks and the set. If you'd like to come see the set, we'll have it in the store on display
starting tomorrow, huh?
No. By the time people hear this, it'll be on display.
Okay.
Only because I'm going out of town and probably won't drop it by the store before I go out of town.
Yeah.
So, but that being said, we do have some things going on in the store to let people know about.
Nailed it.
Yeah, you totally did. This weekend.
I meant you may nail the transition.
Oh, thank you. This weekend on March 21st and 22nd, we are going to be having a car show. Think of it as, your car lot having a big weekend sale. Like, everything automotive is going to be on sale. Used sets, certified sets, Technic sets will be a great way to pick up a bunch of cars. We've got a whole bunch of Speed Champions, a bunch of Technic. So we'd love for you to come out to the car show and pick up some cars if those are the type of sets you're into.
That's cool.
And then the following weekend on March 28th, we're going to be having a free Build Easter Bunny event in the store on that Saturday afternoon.
Nice.
So if you don't follow us on social media, you can find out details of all of these events there at Bricks and Minifigs San Diego, both on Instagram or Facebook. Or you can go to our website and sign up for our email list, bricksandminifigsanDiegoNorth.com. Just a URL that rolls off the tongue.
Yes, it does.
So we'd love to see you out at the store at either of those events coming up the next few weeks. So
real quick,
yeah,
positive Lego news of what's been announced as well that we missed real quick, and we're not going to get into that in a lot of depth, but it was finally announced that Super Mario is going to have minifigures.
Yes.
And like lots of them. So like finally.
Actually, there were a lot of rumors that kind of hit this week.
This one was officially announced.
Yeah, that was officially announced. Yeah. There are a lot of rumors of sets coming out on May 1st and June 1st that hopefully we get confirmation of before our next show that we can talk about.
Yeah.
But I did think it would be good to review the Smart Brick set. But,
no, yeah. I just wanted to add in, we kind of left it off on obviously a little bit more of a negative spot with this, but that is a positive.
Yeah, Super Mario
minifigures are coming.
That means
that's good.
We'll probably see them at Comic-Con.
They're releasing in 2027.
Yeah, but think about how early they were showing off Comic-Con sets at Comic-Con.
It depends. Usually the Comic-Con sets are the ones that are releasing in like August.
Sometimes, but a lot of times, like last year, they showed off the Game Boy, and we didn't get it till December or November, January.
Yeah, maybe.
So
I guess it just depends if it's going to be a March wave or not. I would guess they're going to do them for the March wave because it's Mario Day.
Probably
on March 10th.
Because I was thinking it might be January wave.
It's probably going to be the March wave.
So
that's my guess, though. But maybe I'm wrong. I often am.
But there are a lot of. I mean, we never know until they show it off. But
I think after the Zelda figures came out, people were like, "Come on, Mario!" And now they're doing it, which is good.
They're doing Mario and Pokemon
minifigures and molded Pokemon.
Yeah, so there'll be lots to talk about next time. Just a little bit of a programming note: we were looking at the calendar before we started, and our episode in April will probably be towards the end of April, just with everyone's travel schedules, because you'll be traveling, and then I have some work trips, as well as I'm going to a wedding. But we will see everyone at the clubhouse, and I think that brings us to the end. So why don't you say goodbye, Evan?
Goodbye, Chris.